Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. The Internationalist Podcast, episode 7. Millsy, my friend, how are you?
I'm good. I'm in another studio again. We're in 6 studios in 7 episodes, so we got a pretty good run going here. How about
I'm
yourself?
in the same one. I've got continuity. No, I've been well. It's incredibly wet here. Apparently we got 300 mils overnight, which is a couple.
It's a ruler.
It's really damp, but it is. It is. And that's...
Is that because of the rain, or is that just because it's Queensland? It's just a soft and mushy place.
No, it's because of the rain, mate. We got absolutely smashed last night. It's kind of cool, actually. A couple of thunderstorms going, tropical thunderstorms, quite delightful. But no, we're doing well here. We're doing well. Excited for another episode of the podcast, mate.
We're back. Thank you to the 14% who are now American.
14?
Yeah, they've sadly grown in our viewer base. So I don't know why you keep coming back. That's at least 140 Americans.
And we insult you half of the time.
Yeah, you're up there with the French, but the French haven't caught on yet.
They're not listening
to us in mass droves.
I hope they don't, because I will not provide entertainment for the French.
And on that note, Pork, what do you got for us?
We've actually got our first guest later on in the podcast. They'll be joining us for the Porkpedia segment. That's our first. That's a first for us.
It is.
And Millsy has a few things to say about a country of his choice.
Is that the current segment that we're doing?
We can call it Millsy's spiel.
Okay. All right. Well, it's a new segment. So we're going to do my 2 bobs worth on a country that I've been to. So we're pretty much still on the news, but no, it's not the news at all. First country that we're going to do this week and see how it goes is Portugal. One of my favorite countries that I've ever traveled to, but one of the big things that I want to run down. Portugal kind of doesn't get visited that much. When you hear about people going to Europe, Portugal's normally not on the map for them. They might go to Spain, might go to Italy, but Portugal, you don't need a visa. The flights are cheap in and out of Portugal comparative to the rest of Europe. It's also one of the cheapest Western European countries to visit. Food's great, people are great, there's things to do and see. You've got Porto, you've got Lisbon. It's such a historical country. I think that it deserves more recognition on the world map.
So my question is then, because I know a couple of people who have been, and they weren't too fond of the people. They said there was a little bit of pickpocketing going on. Was the summary that I heard? Yeah. So give us a rundown. What were the people like? You said they were nice, but give us a little bit of an expansion on that, mate.
All right. No, that's fair. Got to meet the critics. In the cities, if you're not acting like a total tourist, you won't get pickpocketed. And that would be my one comment there, because I didn't have a single problem in Lisbon or Porto, and I was there for 3 to 4 weeks between the two. So I would have came across at the issue. And as far as the people being nice, if you go into any of the towns out of the major cities, you will get a free meal and be welcomed into that house, no questions asked. Which isn't the hospitality that you receive everywhere.
Yeah. No, nice.
That would be my defense.
When did you go, mate?
What were we? July 2022. Peak summer, actually, 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also went in November after the first Africa expedition. They've got great flights to Africa, very cheap.
And as
the plane may fall out of the sky.
As a place to spend your European summer, good?
Superb. You can surf. It's got amazing surfing on the coast there because you're going out to the Atlantic.
There you go. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you want to surf cheap, I don't know if I can say what I want to say, but the individuals are of a higher caliber in this section of the world. But yes, it is an all-round country.
No, very nice. So there you go. I guess if we're given a little bit of consumer recommendations this week, let's go to Portugal.
Go to Portugal. Any part will do.
Now, I will throw us into the news here. And bouncing off a recommendation of going to one country, I've got a slight, not a recommendation to not go, but a bit of a point as to why you wouldn't. New Zealand.
Okay.
They have announced, and these changes came into effect on Monday, but they have significantly tightened their visa regulations. They had, I believe the number was 173,000 people migrate to New Zealand last year.
That's a lot of sheep.
And it is a lot of sheep. It is a lot of sheep. And they've been saying that they're just looking out for their citizens in terms of employment and things like that. So, yeah, they're throwing in new restrictions on language and skills barriers, basically, things that you've got to meet to be able to go there. Yeah, like I say, came in on Monday. Bit of a change from some of the news that we've been discussing recently with countries opening visas to so many more countries and flights in elsewhere to really boost the economy. They're really just focusing on the people that are there, which I think if you see a little bit of what comes out in New Zealand in general, that does seem to be what they really prioritise, which, I guess has its ups and downs like everything, doesn't it? But I thought that was a bit of an interesting one. But 173,000 people is a pretty big number, considering they only have a population of about 5.2 million across New Zealand.
What's New Zealand's population? Because, you're right. This is a large stack. 173,000. Now, Australia, I know, we only do about 200,000 a year, and we're at least 4 times bigger.
Yeah, 5 times. I feel like I'm saying, I'm pretty sure it's 5.2 million. So over 5 times the amount of people.
Yeah, it's 5.1 within the last couple of years. So basically, what you're saying is if you don't call an esky a chili bin, they're not going to let you in. Because I'm pretty sure that's what they call it.
Basically, yeah. Like you have to meet their language and skills requirements to be able to get a visa into the country. At least a long-term visa, I imagine. Yeah, imagine holiday ones and that sort of stuff. Whatever.
Okay, bro.
But yeah, in terms of
I'm going to practice for my visa now.
That was horrible.
Yeah, you're not doing accents again, mate. But no, so that's news for me this week, coming from New Zealand. Bit of a change to the last couple of weeks, but we do all sorts of topics here over on the Internationalist, not just good news.
Yeah, hey, well, I guess this leads perfectly onto my news article, titled, I have it right here, The European Region Where Young People Are the Happiest. We're going from bad news to good news. Now, naturally, you would think Western Europe is the happiest region, and the ex-Soviet countries probably aren't going to be too happy. But we've got huge gains in the most recent study. Central and Eastern European countries. We have the Czech Republic and Lithuania, first Soviet nations to place top 20 in the world for happiest places.
Okay.
You've even got Slovenia, just joined the EU. They've jumped up into number 15 this year for happiest countries in the world. 15? Yeah.
Pretty good.
And this is what I'm saying. Like they've got and then happiness in youth. You've got Romania at number 8 in the world, Czech Republic at 10, Serbia at 3, Slovenia at 15 again. You've got these Eastern European countries, and they're starting to cite, even though the GDP per capita is lower in these regions, the happiness is actually coming with the type of society that they've grown up in. So the article was actually correlating sticking to tradition, like the traditional upbringing and cultural values, converting through to the happiness, like the Finns, like the Swedes in the Nordic. We're starting to see these countries climbing up, which is good to see. It's good to see.
Absolutely.
So that's my happy news for the week.
Yeah, I suppose that sort of region hasn't had the easiest time over the last 30 to 50 years, really. So it is good to see that sort of thing. And Czech Republic, absolutely brilliant. The viewers know how much we love Prague specifically, and I guess how couldn't you? The beer's good. It's a beautiful city. Talking Prague here, you can't really.
There's a lot of beautiful things.
There are a lot of beautiful things there. So, no, that is good news. I like to hear that. To hear that. When was that taken? Do you know, when was that?
It is 4 days old. It's fresh off the
4
press.
days.
By the time you hear it, it'll be 6 days old. No.
7.
It'll be about 7 days old. But it'll still be fresh off the press.
That's pretty good. No, that is good to see. It's nice to see that sort of stuff knocking about. Eh?
So, if this is a bit of consumer advice now, if you're not a sheep, go to Eastern Europe. You will be welcome.
Seems like the place to go. Yeah. No, very, very nice indeed. I like that. I like to hear that sort of stuff. Bad news and good news in this week's podcast. Viewers, you're welcome. You get all sorts of good stuff coming from us too.
Now
we're actually ripping
What else
through.
have you got, my friend?
We're actually ripping through our content this week, so I'm going to do a late introduction of the travel war.
Oh,
we weren't going to include it this week, but we'll include it this week.
We got the travel war. It's a fan favourite.
Well, it's a host favourite at the very least.
It's a host. No, it's a fan favourite. It's always for the people.
All right, your first city will be Adelaide.
Oh.
Hey.
So wait, this was a last-minute introduction.
Hey, we started off at here. I won't say below.
So you wanted to bring the tone down,
but it becomes more topical as we go on.
Well, you can go away here, Ethan, because nothing good is coming out of this corner of the room.
No, look, man. No. I can't, just no. What? See, my issue is, I remember I gave Sydney a C initially, and then I took that back last week
very quickly.
But I don't know if I gave it a new rating, because Adelaide's on the same level.
Adelaide is going to cop an unreasoned D from me.
Yeah, I can't think of a reason to go.
No.
There's no point.
I don't go to church every day of the week.
No, exactly. I don't want to hear bells donging at whatever time of the day that they dong in Adelaide. I don't know. They're behind us. Who knows, mate? I'd probably rather go there than Sydney because, well, it's not Sydney, but I still wouldn't want to go. So I guess because I would go over Sydney, it's going to be a D, but it's bordering on A.
But
it's bordering.
They have the name of one of their suburbs is a palindrome, so you can say it normally and then you can repeat it backwards, and it's the same word.
That's
I can
fantastic.
Just call you.
I thought it was kind of cool.
I can just call you an idiot.
What? Why?
No one
The
cares
horrible
about
use of the
palindrome.
lexicon. No one cares about palindrome. Exactly. Literally no one cares.
No one cares. I know
You have
plenty of
all the
palindromes.
words in the lexicon. And you decide to
make it an
make
interesting
palindrome.
one. They thought they wanted to make an interesting one.
We need to take the thesaurus off of Pork. He's been looking through words.
I did have to look up what the name was.
I know. It's a bad idea. We shouldn't allow. Yeah, we shouldn't be giving this fellow this sort of knowledge. But move us on, because I can't lie.
Move us
The
on.
late introduction, you picked us off poorly.
Travel wall is gone. I did not enjoy the travel wall.
All right. We'll go to a more topical Auckland. That's got to be higher, surely. Isn't not Auckland? Tell us about Auckland.
It is higher.
Auckland?
It is higher, but not much higher.
However you want to say it. Auckland.
It can't be Auckland.
It's
Just
AU,
tell us
bro.
about it.
It's AU.
It's not about the pronunciation. It's about the city.
Do you know what? I can't remember all that much about it. It's been 9-10 years since I went, but I remember it being pretty like reasonable. I remember it being a bit pricey, but aside from that, I actually remember it being a fairly nice joint.
I think
it was definitely better than Wellington because
Queenstown.
Wellington got smashed by wind. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think if we're like thinking about New Zealand as a whole, I feel like Queenstown is up here, like Auckland and Wellington are just here, and then Christchurch is like might get squashed by an earthquake.
Yeah, Christchurch is where you go if you do want to get crushed by falling off a building, and Wellington is where you go if you want your dinner to get blown off your plate.
I don't want that.
Well, good thing that we're talking about Auckland now.
But I think Auckland, due to my 7-year non-visit, I'm going to give it a C. I don't remember it being bad, but I don't remember it being like that A, B, like starting to want me to come back.
No, C was what I was thinking. Like I say, I remember it being pretty expensive. Don't know if that's still the case, but I remember it being fairly expensive and cold.
Did you go in winter?
Cold, which I suppose. Honestly, I couldn't tell you when I went, but it was cold, so maybe. But no, it was all right. It was nice, but I'm not in a hurry to go back. So yeah, I'm gonna meet you on a C as well. Give us a good import. Give us something to rant and rave about.
Yeah, give us something good. Give us a city where we're like.
All right, let's move away from the Southern Hemisphere. We'll go to Turin.
Oh, Turin. Yeah, Turin. Northern Italy. Now we're talking my language.
Turin. Nice.
Beautiful city. Has a metro. You can ski on the border of 3 countries. And it's got Italians. It's an A. It's a chow. It's an A.
I'm going to go B. When I went a while ago, so I don't remember all that much, which is why I can't give it an A, because if it was memorable, it'd be that. But again, we're talking Italian cities here. We're not talking Milan, so we're talking proper Italian cities. It's nice, it's good looking, the food's good, the drinks are good there. As you say, it's on the border of a couple of different countries where you can ski. It is really nice. And play on to Italy, mate. Italy get good rankings when we do the travel wall.
There's no
I'm gonna give you a B. I'm gonna give you a B. It is a good country. I can't argue with that. Good food, good wines, good beers, good people. Not lots of things to see, lots of things to do. Play on. Yeah, Italy, if you're watching this, keep doing what you're doing, lads. We love your work.
if the country as a whole is watching.
If the country's watching, yeah, we love your work. You're doing well. Well, I guess that wraps up the travel wall for this week.
This is better. Yeah, let's finish on that. That was a really positive note.
That is a positive note. And we like positive notes over on the Internationalist channel.
We don't always get them. But here we are.
No, we don't.
Thanks, Paul.
We're going to move on to Nation Trivia, so Porkopedia.
Where we go to Porkopedia? Well, it is time to introduce our guest, our first guest. She's going to get how many questions she gets right will be added to a leaderboard of guests. So we will see how good the guests stack up over time. But should we just let her do her introduction?
Oh, I've got a little.
Oh, we've got an introduction. We're going to hand it over to Pork to give an introduction.
Yeah, so you can find her over on TikTok under Tatiana Thorpe. That's where she does most of her work, I'd say. And she's also got a podcast called Daughter of Aphrodite.
Yeah.
Where she speaks about all kinds of manifestation and what's the word? This is a great
Like
introduction.
spiritual culture and all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess. Why don't you introduce what you actually do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us a tape.
Thank you for having me also, I've got to say. So I have a passion for manifestation and spiritual culture. You can say I grew up with it. And it's just become like one of the big things I do and all. And so I've decided to do a podcast on it, really.
No, it's good. Well, I guess the first one, as this is a travel podcast, how many countries have you traveled to?
0. None.
So it's okay.
Well,
we had a bit of a preamble here, so we're actually going to go to, as someone who's never traveled before, and Ethan, jump in here. As someone who's never traveled before, what are your concerns or what you're looking forward to as, you get to leave the country for the first time?
My concern would be if I would end up not leaving that country because I just love it so much.
All right, this is good.
Good.
Yeah. Gosh. It's hard because I just haven't been out of Australia at all.
No, I think that's a good thing. I'm jealous that you haven't been anywhere because you haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah, no.
The time that you go the first time will be special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Have you
where's
got
the
anywhere?
first place? Oh, yeah, go.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
First place that you want to visit. What's on the list?
Possibly Hawaii. Even my mother and all, my family, they've been talking about it. Just come on, Hawaii, it's such a beautiful place. The tropical, it's just beautiful.
No, for sure.
And they really just out the vibe and all.
Oh, I like it. We're going off the vibe. I think the big thing here is, how confident are you on random knowledge about countries?
Do you want to answer?
Yes.
Honest answer.
I would be at the lower end. Yeah.
Can you channel some knowledge here?
A tiny bit, but not as much.
All right. Well, I guess.
How many questions do you have today for us?
Yeah. How many do you have?
You won't like me for saying this. I actually have 7.
So no, this is good.
Oh, grow up. You've got 6.
You've got 6
Well,
or 8.
we can narrow it down.
6 or 8.
Yeah. We don't do odd numbers here, mate. You know this.
Let's cut a deal with the viewers, eh? You can manifest the correct answer. How many times? What are we going to go? 2 out of 6? I'll be impressed. If you can get a score, because remember, you're setting the score for all future guests.
True. Fair enough.
So you're either going to be like...
You need to bring a standard here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta...
Yeah.
You gotta shoot. So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's go, Pork.
So I'd say you probably have a good chance, with judging off how you've based your knowledge, you probably have a good chance at maybe 3.
Okay.
Which is actually pretty good, to be fair.
Yeah.
So we're going to start off.
Well, sorry. To put it in context, Ethan, how many did we get right last week from 6?
Let me think on this one. What's 6 times 0?
Oh yeah, that's right. We completely got everything wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got none.
We do it.
We got none.
You
We
got
do this
sorted,
every week. Yeah.
but
It's sort of close isn't a point though, is it?
Yeah.
that's true. We're going to start off with the first one.
Go Pork.
Highest production of cashew nuts.
Oh,
God.
Ooh.
I've been to this country, haven't I? I think this is where my doctor knowledge in Cuba comes in. I believe it is Cote d'Ivoire.
Right.
Ivory Coast.
Oh my god, this is harder than. Oh gosh.
Where do you normally buy your cashews from?
You know what? I never
I don't
looked.
know.
I never looked. My first thought was somewhere South American.
If you're going to take a guess, I'd guess India. Because India, they use it a lot in cuisine.
They do.
Like, if I have no idea, I'll probably go India. But don't tell Ethan.
Thanks, mate. No idea.
But I'm 90% sure that I was told by some rogue fisherman whilst in Cote d'Ivoire that these cashews and like they grow the most in the world.
See, I haven't got a clue. First place that came into my head was somewhere South America. So I'm just going to pick a rogue one and I'm going to say like Peru. I haven't got a Scooby.
I'd say India.
What do we got?
Great guess.
That's a really good guess.
So India was actually second.
Okay.
Jeez, I've done well now.
And Ivory Coast.
Well, you didn't guess India. Nice.
Done a thorough job there.
Well, what was number 3?
Acting a third job.
Vietnam,
Oh,
which is a bit rare.
Vietnam again.
Oh, okay.
Vietnam's up there.
Yeah, Vietnam
Yeah.
gets up there for a lot of these, don't they? Yeah, I was nowhere near.
Through. Should we build the structure? She gets like half a point for a second. Like guests get 0.5 of a point for a top 3 placing.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, you got half a point.
Sure.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Sure, you got half a point.
You got to scale it because they don't have as much appearance.
Yeah.
Next one, you're guessing the highest producers of olive oil.
Oh my god.
I normally own virgin olive oil, but that's not a place, is it?
I have a feeling that somewhere like Italy's gonna be up there.
That's what I was gonna say. Italy.
I'm going to go off just a little bit and go Spain because I think I've only ever brought Spanish extra virgin oil from the supermarket.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
See, I want to go Italy because that's what I thought first, but
Oh, how about North
I think I'm gonna have
Africa?
to.
North Africa, I know, is an Morocco, when I was there, they had their own brand, and I wouldn't normally think of them having oil. Arid, good olive growing conditions.
I don't know. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe like you might get a little bit out of like the south of France and things like that as well, but I don't think they'd be up there in terms of serious quantities. I think I'm gonna stick with my initial thought.
Yep.
I'm going to go Spain.
So what did Ethan
I'll
say?
stick with what I said initially. I said Italy as well.
Oh, we got 2 Italys and a
All
Spain.
right,
Yeah.
you're still with Italy. Number 1 is Spain.
Oh.
Right.
Well done there.
I'm
And number
sick of
2
you,
is
mate.
You got a half point.
Yeah.
You've got the same amount of. You got a whole point more than Ethan this week.
Whole point more than me, yeah.
All right. This one, I mixed it up a bit because the top answer was a bit easy to guess. So we're going 3rd highest global manufacturing country. So of everything.
I can't help you here.
We're doing everything.
Could we just get? Are we allowed to get like the largest? Is it China?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You can narrow it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I won't tell
But
you.
I'm thinking
any-
purely on sizes here. So I'm thinking that 2 and 3, you'd be looking at something like India and the States.
No, but what? Don't forget, you got Germany, industrial powerhouse, and Japan.
Oh, actually, you're right because you're right on Germany. Actually,
Japan.
a lot of cars and business.
Lot of cars,
coming out of Germany.
Toyota.
Yeah,
We all drive Japanese
yeah.
cars. I'm going to go Japan.
Both cars. Well, I'll go Germany. I like Germany as a call.
I'll go with Germany.
I'm going to go Japan. Let's go. What do we got?
Number 3 is Japan.
Oh!
You know what? You're my least favorite person this episode. You're really irritating me.
Hey, we got 0 last step, so I have to make up for it.
You're on 100% run, mate.
Well, hopefully this changes here.
All right, go.
Carbon dioxide emissions per capita. So it's not highest manufacturers of carbon dioxide.
Wait, we've got to team up here. This is per capita, so it's not biggest population.
No.
Yeah, so I'm thinking something like somewhere it's like a Vietnam or something like that, because think of how many like bikes in that there are there.
Yeah. What are your
It's
thoughts?
something like that.
Oh God.
What's the vibe pointing you towards?
This is a hard one. Oh, history and geography did not help at all.
See, Australia would be up there, but probably not the biggest. We probably would.
No, Australia would be up there because you get a lot of we get a lot of heavy machinery, we get a lot of road trains. There's lots of like diesel generators and that sort of stuff.
Oh, you good?
Yeah. Nothing happened.
All right, top oil exporters. They are CO2 emission exporters. Qatar. I'm going to go Qatar.
You're just going off that?
No, well, I'm just going off like who exports a lot of oil with a small population? The UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia. Qatar's like the second largest oil exporter in the US, and they have no people.
See, Australia is a really good shout because population is not huge. You get lots of mining going on here.
Yeah.
Loads of mining, gold mining, all sorts of stuff. Like I say, heaps of, so you get heaps of diesel generators, road trains. I think I'm going to go Australia because it's not.
Yeah, actually, true. Paul's asking this. There's got to be a reason.
Yeah, I don't like. It's not a massive population, but I think in terms of emissions, it'd be pretty high. It'd be pretty up there.
Australia sounds like reasonable as well.
Run us through the rationale. Or is it just the vibe?
I'm saying the vibe, but it's like something's telling me Australia.
You're in with a good chance then.
I guess so, but we've been wrong 3 times. So.
Australia's not even on the list, unfortunately.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, you got Kuwait.
Oh, small population. What are they? Number 1?
No, they're 3. 4. Bahrain are 3.
A lot of oil, small pop. Yeah.
UAE
makes sense.
is 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
And Qatar is 1st.
Here all the same, mate. I actually narrowed. I said the UAE and I said Qatar.
You did. Oh, interesting. It makes sense. It does make sense. It's just slightly irritating.
Hopefully this one makes sense.
Oh no.
Yeah, could you quit giving him answers? I reckon you've looked at his sheet before this, mate. I reckon you've looked at his.
We don't even have the sheet.
He does, though. I reckon you've snuck into his bedroom one night and you've looked at this week's answers just so you can get 6 out of 6. I reckon he snuck into your bedroom last night and looked at all the answers, mate.
It's even better because we've got a guest.
I know.
So actually, Gorley, we don't get anything right.
Yeah, yeah. Normally we get like 1, maybe 2.
I'm just a lucky charm then.
I've got positive vibe here.
For him, maybe. All
right, we're going to go
next one, mate?
Highest alcohol consumption per capita.
Oh, this is actually...
I
think I know this off the bat.
So I'm thinking Eastern Europe.
Yeah. What are your thoughts here? Who drinks a lot?
I feel like it's becoming like one of them because the teenagers and all. Like, no joke. There's 12-year-olds drinking now.
Jeez.
Like 13-year-olds as well. That's like year 7 in high school.
That's a lot of people drinking then.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sound guess, I feel like.
Yeah.
But also, we are pretty far from everyone.
Mm.
So unless we make it a lot of it ourselves,
Imports.
See, that's the reason I don't. That's the reason I don't think it's Australia. I think the import. I think it's just too expensive to be up there.
Eastern Europe is the right run because
I think Eastern Europe, like Russia, popped into my head first, but the population's probably a little bit big for
small Eastern Europe countries. You got the Baltics, you got Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. You got Czech Republic. You got all the Balkans.
Mm-hmm.
You got
I think Czech Republic would be up there.
Moldova.
Good call.
Because I remember a few years ago they were pronounced the drunkest country in the world.
Okay.
And
that's a good call.
Sobered up in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So Slovenia could be up there. Eastern European. There's only about 2 million people there, a little bit more. And I know that part of the world they don't even count beer as alcohol.
Yeah. Alcohol's a soft drink there. Alrighty.
No, beer's a soft drink. Alcohol's alcohol. I'm gonna go Slovenia.
You sticking with Australia?
Like, I want to risk it. Like, I risk a lot, so yeah, I'm gonna risk it.
No, we got a risk.
all right, Australia's actually 27th.
Okay.
In 196, that's not bad. That's
Yeah.
top 12%.
And I've got the actual amount of pure alcohol per country.
Oh.
And Australia's 27th with 9.5 litres of pure alcohol per person per year.
That's a lot.
You've got Lithuania in 4th.
Oh, so we're on the right track. All right, this is giving me
Good call.
hope.
Yeah.
Well, Czech Republic with 12.7 litres. Latvia with 12.9. And the Cook Islands.
Cook Islands?
Huh.
With
Yeah. So we were
12.9.
close. We
We were
close
on
and
the
we were
right.
nowhere near.
Yeah, we were on the money up until the Cook Islands.
You were honing in. And then
Yeah.
Well, technically,
Yeah, I mean-
Australia is closer to the Cook Islands than we were.
Yeah. We just
So
had more of the top 4.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
give you 0.1 of a
There you
point.
go.
for that.
0.1. There you go. You got 1.1 points today,
Yeah.
which could be the make or break, to be honest, with future guests.
No,
It
well,
could be.
you said Germany for the highest producers, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that was under Japan, so we'll give you another half point for that. So you're on 1.6.
1.6, that's not a bad day in the office. That's a good day in the office. Better,
Alright.
Better day than I'm having.
Country with the most success in the sport of equestrian.
Horses. Countries that like horses.
Horses. Oh my god.
Oh, I got a technicality question for you here. Is the country that leads always been one country, or were they split in two in the Cold War?
No.
They were always
I don't
one
think-
country.
Hang on.
No, my reason for asking this is because you know how like Germany got split up and they competed in the Olympics in like two countries?
Yes, as East and
Like
West.
are all the medals one country?
It's conjoined, yeah. I saw that when I was doing my research last night, as I'm sure you'd know. Since you've been looking at my documents.
Since I've been
He's got a
staring
camera in his
behind.
room, mate. You've got a camera in his room. You have to.
Who watches?
Yeah, I haven't got a Scooby-Doo on this one.
Oh god. My head's saying Australia all the time.
Oh,
But,
you're
like,
not allowed to pick Australia.
No.
Just
No,
throw
I'm
it
not
out.
gonna
You got to throw a dart.
I'm not gonna pick Australia.
Where
I'm
do you
going
have
to say it's
small people?
European. Because
I'm saying it's
compete
European
against-
now. And the Pork had to double check that it wasn't split up during the Cold War.
Yeah. All right, let's think about all the times that we've watched equestrian racing together.
Oh,
No.
yeah, great. I've watched so many times. It's actually my favourite sport.
It's my second
not a
favourite
clue, France. Not a clue, France.
Throw the dart at the European map.
Oh my god.
I reckon it's Nordic, purely because Nordic, they're really good at that where they ride a horse and shoot and then get back on and then ski and jump and twist.
That's true. I'm just
Um,
going for France because there's a lot of land and they could have a lot of horses.
that's logical. Well, I'm going to go with Finland's out
Maybe.
because they weren't always a country. Norway's tiny. Denmark's tiny. You got any more guidance for us here? If you were a horse, where would you want to ride? You got to become the horse. I'm going to go with Sweden. And I'm going to, I'd back it up with Germany. I think Germany would be a safe bet. He had to do research on if it was a country.
Germany. If I were a horse.
Yeah, would you want to be a German horse?
No. You lost the World Cup in 1966, mate.
No,
Come
like,
on.
I think, oh gosh, I would do something like around, like, I feel like around like England area. Something.
But can you see
England's actually not a
English
terrible
people
call.
dressing well and riding horses well?
Mate, that's the only...
Would you want
thing
him
that
on
they
your
do.
horse? Would you want that riding around on your
Yeah.
horse?
I can ride a horse.
Or you'd be
I
like,
can
shit,
ride a horse.
poor
No, England actually, I don't think is that bad a call.
Oh, go.
Okay.
I'll let it be.
Okay. I think. Oh gosh.
I feel like Germany would be a good half-point guess. You got to look
Okay.
at you got to get in his eyes and vibe some shit off him.
Okay. Germany.
All right.
Yeah. Solid.
I think you're good. I think we've let us. I think we've got smiles out of pork.
Someone got it right, and it was Tana.
It
It was Germany, yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Well done.
Very
That's a
nice.
cool point.
2.6 points.
Okay.
That's a pretty good ratio.
Pretty good.
Who else?
That's actually, I reckon
Three.
that's a pretty good benchmark.
Honestly, I didn't really bother looking for the rest.
No.
It took me long enough to find. I do know. I
Right.
think France was up
Oh,
there.
France. Yeah, I would actually understand that.
Yeah, it was just a whole bunch of European countries.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
Do we want to go
Hey,
the seventh one? We can go
Oh,
one
wait.
more. We
No.
can stick it out.
Yeah, no, do it. Do you want to do it?
We'll do it.
You
Let's
just got
go.
one. Yeah.
Let's go.
Bang.
Let's go.
2v1. You've been odded out.
All right.
I have been. All right.
There is only one answer here, and it's the country with the most castles. I mean, there's only one answer anyway.
That's
usually.
easy. Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, no one else can lock it in, so yeah, it's right.
There you go.
We're going to give that
Nice.
0.6
Very nice.
out of 7. That's a pass.
3.6.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I actually don't think we'll get that many too much higher. I think that's a pretty good benchmark for a first guest. So well done. You've done well.
Oh, yeah. I think that I think that's going to be a score that stands on top for a while.
Oh wow.
Well, I
Yeah.
just don't see people racking up enough half points. You got a lot of half points early on,
Yeah.
2 whole points at the end.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good haul.
pretty good going. Pretty good
It
going.
is.
You will now pass. You will pass any school that you do because you passed this.
Okay, that's good.
3.6
You passed
out of
the
7.
Internationalist random country information test.
Exactly.
That's where
But-
you're going.
Thank you very much for being our first guest. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Only time will tell if it was an honour or we don't know yet.
Like, I really appreciate it. This is like I'm so grateful for this big opportunity.
You Americans better
No
go
dramas at all.
follow her.
Yeah.
We're going to put all the social links, TikToks, we'll be putting out in the coming weeks. But Ethan, have you got anything else for us?
I don't believe so. We will have all Tatiana's links in the YouTube description, so make sure you go have a look at all of those. Aside from that, just again, thanks for tuning into the Internationalist Podcast, and we'll see you next week, guys.
Till next week. Thank you.
Goodbye.